Hello folks, hi. Let's see. We're doing kind of wish my namesake was here. Dominique. Tom finally said to Dominique Gibbs, "What do you mean?" Dominique asked back. Yeah, she could probably end this battle with a snap of her fingers, Branley explained. Wow. People said could have ended the world wars with the snap of her fingers. Dominique replied, "Clearly, it wasn't what happened. And don't expect me to save our asses with a snap of your fingers. I'm no superhuman myself." Dominique would argue that she was actually quite the opposite of superhuman. She was pretty sure most people, even the most inept, were capable of doing more than a few things very well. As far as Dominique could tell, she could do two things well. One was painting pictures of flowers. The other was piloting a golem suit. And in the later case, it wasn't like she was, and in the later's case, it wasn't like she was the best late pilot out there. Hell, it probably wasn't the best, even close to the best lady pilot. There were probably lady pilots among the enemy. I mean, that could kick her ass. Dominique was glad she was not on her own. A minute later, the report came in. Some small Zetan golem squad had been ambushed by allied golems. They shouldn't be allied because this is just an American affair. It'd be weird to call the troops responding to this as an allied affair because, like, British and French and Canadian troops are going to be there. Probably not. The situation's not that dire. Small golem squad. A small 3-man golem squad had been ambushed by a lone jade golem. Dominique and her comrades arrived in time to see the carnage. The enemy golem had mortally wounded 2 of the golems, probably killing them with his first volley. They were crumbled on the ground, smoking and burning, but the cockpits looking intact. The occupants were probably still alive, though likely banged up. The third member of the squad, was healthy, at least in the seconds before, or at least in the moments before squad, what's the name of this? Squad Z joined the fray, firing off 80mm and 100mm shells in the direction of the lone jade golem. The third Zetan golem took 3 blasts about his chest, and he staggered backwards, then dropped to his knees and backwards. Dominique saw why. The fellow's whole chest compartment had been blown up. The fella controlling that golem was as dead as you could get. They'd probably be able to repair his suit and give it to somebody else. Bastards. Dominique muttered as she exchanged shots with the ambushing golem, with the Jade Golem. The Jade Golem dodged incoming fire and relocated to another set of rooms, keeping low as he moved. Dominique wondered if maybe the pilot inside was a girl like her. She doubted it was, even if they were the same gender. It was likely they had very different backgrounds. The Jade pilot might have been one of those underground children she had heard about. Jade children growing up in secret bases around the world, knowing nothing but the war and the misery, and how it had destroyed the Jade Empire. These kids raised on propaganda, probably hated the Allies and Zeta worse than anyone. And now they were coming up to the surface after nearly a decade in hiding to fight. Dominique hoped it wasn't some 8-year or 10-year-old in that golem suit ahead of her. When I say 8 or 10, of course I mean that 9. A 9-year-old in that suit would be totally acceptable to me. Eight minutes already, wow. I lost almost 15 minutes at this computer because this writing program, Mojave, for some reason it locked up my whole computer. I couldn't handle it. The baby couldn't handle it. Times like that make me wish I had some glob or something just smush in my hands. Well, I do have clay, but that's all hard clay. Shit. Let's see. There was no reason. Dominique, suppose there was no reason a kid couldn't wield one of these suits. There were plenty of kid pilots in the last war. Dominique would think would be like with, what do you call them? Oh yeah, with cars. A little kid isn't big enough for. He has the right motor reflexes to drive a car. Should be the same. Or golem. I felt invincible when she was a little kid herself. But now she realized, now she looked at kids as almost contemptuous, at least in a physical sense. They could barely move next to an adult. They look like little dolls that somehow come to life. Did we give the bastard a chance to surrender? Dominique asked her comrades. I don't know. I doubt he'll take us up on the offer. Cayman replied. A moment later, the decision was unnecessary. For 2 80mm rounds ripped cleanly through the jade golem's abdomen and blew up its insides, destroying countless metal organs and its core. The whole suit exploded exploded into pieces, and all 4 limbs flying in various directions, almost nailing guys. Falling rubble didn't hurt anybody. Almost nailing a few members of the squad. Like the explosion was one last attack by the golem. With the area cleared, they could focus on the 2 golem pilots who might still be alive. Come in, pilots. Come in. Cayman requested of the 2 pilots who should have been able to pick up the transmission, except unless their radios were knocked out. There was a reply after a minute. A fellow was coughing and wheezing, coughing up a storm. A lot of smoke in my cockpit. Cough. Can't get the door open. Someone help me. Help me, please. No reply from the other pilot, who might have been unconscious or dead after all. Cayman didn't waste time checking on which suit was which. Which cockpit was the smoky one? Which golem had the coughing pilot? He broke. Did I call him she by accident? Gotta keep the genders consistent at least in a story, you know? Even if you mess up literally everything else. Sometimes the female characters are just so powerful that I keep accidentally using he or he for her instead of she, if it's a female soldier or something. It's a weird habit, and it's not like I haven't had female soldiers before. I had many of them in other stories. Let's see. We broke open both cockpits. The first one was found to have an unconscious, but still alive pilot inside, still strapped into his seat. The second one had the smoking interior, with the pilot out of his restraints and climbing out into the open as soon as he could. He kept coughing. And he kept coughing for a while after escaping out of the suit. He was picked up by Cayman cautiously and put down to the floor, to the ground, where he continued coughing for a spell. His lungs seemed finally free of smoke. He took up a radio, set it to the Golem team frequency. "Thanks for the assist," the pilot said. "I can make my way to friendly territory on my own." "Got a gun?" Damon asked. The pilot held up a Darelli 9mm, a classy little black pistol with a 15-round mag, the successor of the Colt 5. Note, I don't mind calling it a Beretta, but in the story, but I came up with fictional names for everything just as a bit of word building. Plus, I eventually made the Beretta company stand in a character, kind of, so it probably changes things a little. It's like making a Coca-Cola executive a main character in your story. It doesn't... You'll probably run into people who say, wait, lawyers who will come to your door and say, "Hey, wait a minute now. Hold the phone. This may be just a tiny little book, but we have our brand to protect." And it is quite a brand, I suppose. It's been around since, what, 1890 or something? Back when it actually had cocaine in the drink. Wonder what the version tasted like. Let's see, 600 Colt 45. What about the other guys? The pilot on the ground asked. "Yeah. One's unconscious, the other's dead," Damon replied. "Maybe leave him in the suit for later, then," the pilot on the ground suggested. "I was in the infantry before I became a pilot. I know my way around the ground." "So do we," Cayman thought. "Because we spend a lot of time in these suits doesn't mean we don't know. We forget how to function on the ground. Good luck to you. God be with you." Cayman muttered. Told the grounded pilot. Cayman couldn't help but say that in a priestly tone. Cayman sometimes wondered, maybe he was a priest in another life. Oh, it's team, not squad. Son of a bitch. Team Z watched the Golem. Grounded pilot run off for a bit. Then he continued on the move. It came in a lieutenant or a sergeant. Captain? Did I call him a lieutenant earlier? Probably did. I'm a giant fuck up with this stuff. The captain picked that guy up gently as a baby. Everett said to Tom, "I wonder. I never do it myself. Don't trust myself to not crush a guy And one of these big mitts. It's not as bad as, not as hard as you think. Yeah, Tom muttered. I recall plenty of stories of guys who like to rip a guys who, when they took out enemy golem, they like to rip the pilot right out the cockpit, crush him alive in his hand, rip out the heart of the suit, Everett asked. Yeah, or rather, the brain, Tom replied. I think that's the better analogy. Well, I wonder if our captain was one of those types, Everett said. Guess we'll have to ask him. Ask him sometime. Tom jeered. Everett looked to Cars. You ever do anything like that? Everett asked. Nope, Cars replied quickly. Blowing up a golem was always enough for me. Never felt the need to humiliate my enemy by crushing him in my hands. By literally crushing him. Putting him in my hands or under a boot. One of those metal boots. Metal boots. Yeah, I believe that. Everett said, and was being sincere. Cars did not seem like the vindictive type. Okay, folks, that's enough for today. I'm gonna continue this on for another 30 minutes. See you later.